These are the questions that you asked me about leatherworking, and getting them right can save you a lot of time and frustration. A lot of these came from my recent punching machine video, so I'm starting there. And then we'll get more into general leatherworking questions. Shelby asked me, would you mind sharing the rough dimensions of your welded fence for this Amazon punching machine? I'm going to see if my friend would be willing to replicate it for me. The actual fence itself is 24 inches long. Now, it's 24 inches because the piece of steel was 24 inches and I didn't cut it down. It's probably a bit oversized, but it's not causing any harm. The plate that actually goes onto the Amazon punching machine is about 5 by 6, but you could see that the angle iron that's the fence actually covers up a good portion of that. And these slots are 2 inches long with about 2.5 inches between them. One other thing that I did add to my fence, I put a magnet on the back so I don't lose the bolts or the Allen wrench that I use to put them on the punching machine. Thank you for your question, Shelby. Oleg asked me, how has your fence held up? Have you continued to use it? I'm currently thinking of getting this because I'm in an apartment and would enjoy building something like a fence to make aligning the punch easier and more efficient. It definitely makes the process a lot easier. You still have to line it up and get it squared. And then even then you have to make sure that your punch, especially if it's like a chisel that has multiple prongs, is lined up as well. But I gotta tell you, man, it was really smooth to use. I haven't done a whole lot with it, so I'm not sure how it's gonna hold up. I will say though, if you're living in an apartment, you might find it a bit of a challenge to build because my fence is welded together. Thank you for your question, Oleg. Nick Tactical asked me a question about the punching machine itself. How heavy is that, if you don't mind? And is it actually solid steel or is it like a cheap metal alloy? Because for 65 bucks, I can't see how it's a quality punching machine. Well, Nick, I will say that this thing weighs probably about, I don't know, 30 pounds. But so it's fairly heavy duty. Now, the base and the body are both cast iron. If you could see them right there. It's a little bit sloppy, but not too bad. You can see it's a little got little ridges and stuff where it wasn't cleaned up. Really great. The post itself is definitely a steel post. And the handle is, I'm not sure if some of this stuff is alloys or not. I imagine the spring is some type of alloy, but it's pretty heavy duty and it's held up. When I first saw it, I figured 65 bucks. It's worth the try. And I was not disappointed at all. You should definitely look and get one of these to yourself. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put an Amazon link in the pinned comment below so you can just check down there. Nick, thank you for your question. If you found this as valuable information, do me a favor, hit that like button so YouTube can share it with more makers just like me and you. Zombie 1389 says, I'm trying to put together a kit for my husband for Christmas and did not like the Amazon tools with tons of unnecessary tools. Me neither. I'm so excited to get decent tools and make this kit. Her question is, do you recommend a multi-tool beveler, edger, or creaser, or just the individual bevelers? What's the most go-to size? Zombie, I really appreciate your comment. I have to say, I'm not a fan of the multi-tools. I've tried them before. They're better than some of the cheap knockoffs that you find in like that Amazon leather kit. So they are a step up from that. I really don't use a creaser. For beveling, I like to use a number 2 beveler. That's what fits best with the thickness of leather I typically work with. If you're dealing with thinner or a lot thicker leather, you might have to switch that up some. My number 2 works great. I've always used it, and I'm very satisfied with it. So, Zombie, thank you very much for your question. My last question is from LLib1215. Can I ask where you purchased your leather cutting shears? I primarily use 2 sets of cutting shears, and one isn't even specifically for leather at all. And that is right here. This is my Husky heavy-duty scissors. You see a little Husky right there. Now, I'm not cutting things for projects with this to their final shape, but what I am doing is I'm taking down larger pieces of stock, and then I use these scissors to do a rough cut. And then I can use my X-Acto knives or some other type of knife to do my final cuts on the pieces I'm going to use to make something. And they can be found with most other Husky things at Home Depot. Now, I also have a set in my bug out bag. These are actually leather shears, and I picked them up from Hobby Lobby. And you can see I made this little sheath in the video where I talked about everything that actually goes into my bug out bag. But these are the shears right here, and they do lock in place. And again, they just do a great job of that initial cut of your leather, cutting it down to size. So you can do your finished and final cuts with a more precise tool. LLib1215, thank you very much for your question. If you have a question that you'd like me to answer about Leathercraft or anything else in the workshop, do me a favor. Just drop your question in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer you as quickly as I possibly can. Ooh, I got something coming up that you guys need to see. Where is it? Where is it? Aha. I actually have a question for you guys. Do you have a problem with the sheathing on your pliers coming apart like right there and right there? I'm going to have a video coming up where I'm going to compare a bunch of different ways that you could put new grips or repair the grips on your existing pliers. You're definitely going to check that out because some of them are going to be great and some of them are going to suck. I've been wanting to check this out since I was a little kid. I always saw this in the store. This is going to be one of the ones I'm testing out among a bunch of other ones. And definitely subscribe so you don't miss the video. Remember, Big Stacks grows, Big Stacks builds, and Big Stacks makes. And I'll see you guys next time on Big Stacks Small Workshop.